I saw on the news that they wanted to pretend like the Dominican Republic is the most unsafe place on earth, and that is a lie.
You think I'm going to trust the law enforcement in the DR? No,
But
I'm not.
guess what? This guy is white, is like 22-year old. And of course, if it was me, the one pointed as a suspect, believe me that I would be in prison right now. Dominicans usually drink coffee like twice a day. They religiously do it in the morning. Most of Dominicans that like coffee, they drink coffee in the morning. You wake up in the morning in a Dominican house, and when you wake up, you smell the coffee in the air. I think it's stronger. If you've been here and you taste our coffee, you know that the way we do it, I think it's a little stronger than the one you guys drink in the state. That's what I believe, and that's what I've been told by Americans. I went to a funeral the other day, and I thought this is a great opportunity for me to show some Americans how we do that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dominican News. Next month, which is April, we celebrate what you guys call it Eastern. We call it Holy Week, like in Spanish would be translated to Semana Santa. And this year, that's going to happen on the weekend of the 19th of April, which the 19th is Saturday. The Holy Week, the way we do it is one entire week from the day Jesus is crucified, then he will resurrect, which is Friday, Sunday. Yeah, he's going to be crucified Friday, and then Sunday. You get the whole idea, right? So Friday, it's a majority of the Latin American countries where there is a Catholic influence. They usually celebrate this, the Easter, the Holy Week, Semana Santa. That's how we call it. I want to show you a couple of things. Number one, Dominicans usually drink coffee like twice a day. They religiously do it in the morning. Most of Dominicans that like coffee, they drink coffee in the morning. You wake up in the morning in a Dominican house, and when you wake up, you smell the coffee in the air. So they're going to give you coffee. We do strong coffee. Our coffee is black, like black, and we don't serve like big quantities of coffee. It's just going to be a little bit of coffee in a little cup, you know? It's not going to be like Starbucks that give you a whole bunch of coffee in a big container. I understand that Americans also drink a little coffee, probably more than us, but ours, I think it's stronger. If you've been here and you taste our coffee, you know that the way we do it, I think it's a little stronger than the one you guys drink in the state. That's what I believe, and that's what I've been told by Americans. Now, I went to my mother's house, and she was coincidentally, she was making a little bit of coffee, and let me show you kind of the mechanism how we do it, and so you know, take a look at it. That's my mother. As soon as she sees me walking through the door, she makes coffee for me. We don't have a fancy kitchen like Coach John. That's a regular kitchen my mother has. And that's it. We're gonna have black, strong Dominican coffee. Café Santo Domingo. That's the one we drink. And here we are, my mother and I, enjoying a little bit of coffee. Life is short. Say your mother you love her. I went to see my mother, so obviously she gave me food, right? So this is like the typical Dominican meal for lunch, and this is what we called la bandera, which consists in white rice, red beans, and meat. Mostly chicken meat. This is the one we eat the most, chicken meat. In the Dominican Republic, we have our ways to make our funerals. Of course, it will depend your socio-economic background, and it will depend which part of the Dominican Republic you come from. It may vary a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's the same. But I will emphasize how the regular people like me, like poor regular people, how we make our funerals. You know what I'm saying? So what's the trajectory from the funeral home to the cemetery? I went to a funeral the other day, and I thought this is a great opportunity for me to show some Americans how we do that. It's kind of chaotic sometimes, but this guy, he was not an angel. You know, he was kind of a person from the streets, and he used to do races in motorcycles, illegally stuff. So all of his friends came to the ceremony. I want to show you like a little bit about the process, how it looks when a poor person dies in the Dominican Republic, especially if that person has a lot of friends that, you know, they do crazy stuff. So take a look at it. You might see this in the Dominican Republic. Check it out. So this is how we bury our loved ones. I mean, I'm talking about poor people, obviously. So here we go to the cemetery. There's the guy selling something. And that white SUV, that's where the coffin goes, and the family behind it. So here we're waiting in the cemetery, waiting for the white SUV, followed by the whole ghetto. Here the daughter crying. And that's the final goodbye. In the Dominican Republic, we have criminality, as in any other country in Latin America. However, when you compare our levels of criminalities to the ones in Mexico, so Mexico, obviously, it's a lot bigger. And when it comes to crime, they're more organized, and we are like little babies compared to those countries. When it comes to Honduras criminality levels are very, very high. We cannot compete with them. Now, you will not see here like kidnapping. That's not a business here, kidnapping. So it could happen, right? But that's not like something that happens very often here. So you have people that might stop you in the street in a motorcycle and say, hey, give me the phone, give me the money, stuff like that. When this Indian girl disappeared at the beach, I saw on the news that they wanted to pretend like the Dominican Republic is the most unsafe place on earth, and that is a lie. So this girl went to the beach. What do you think they were doing? They were drinking a lot of alcohol because they can't do it in the United States because of the age restriction. They were drinking a lot. They met other Americans in the hotel, and they went to the beach at 4 o'clock in the morning. She was walking with 2 or 3 other female friends, and there was another boy. And she was walking with someone else, a white American from Ohio. 1 hour later, around 5 o'clock in the morning, her friends come back to their rooms without her. They left her with this guy that she didn't even know. So then 1 hour later or 2 hours later, he comes back alone without her. So he left her behind. He says that he was vomiting, that he doesn't remember, that she was drowning, then he saved her. That's what he said that happened. But then I saw the media trying to blame the Dominican Republic because of this incident. At the end of the day, the FBI came here. But guess what? This guy is white, is like 22-year-old. And of course, if it was me, the one pointed as a suspect, believe me that I would be in prison right now. All right? Because I'm a local. and I don't have any kind of influence. I don't have any money. So I would be probably in prison, and my mother and my brothers, they would be like spending a lot of money in lawyers and attorneys. So what I want to clarify, people, they don't just disappear here like that. Like they don't just disappear in a hotel. Of course, you got people that disappear like in society. Yes, but you don't have in a hotel complex someone that vanishes like that. So whoever knows what happens is this guy, but of course they let them go. He's back home in the States. And of course, this case is going to be unsolved. Thank you very much for supporting me, for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. Please like this video, subscribe. I love you all. I see you next week. Bye.